Good morning and welcome to A Dose of Sunshine. I am Sami Vecchiolla, your host and local realtor. I'm here to provide you with a dose of positivity and introduce you to one of my friends who positively impacts my life. Our guest today is a New York City interior designer, and she can help you jumpstart the renovation or whatever small change you need in your home. She has an eye for color, and she's taught me everything that I know about lipstick. Come and meet Kim Depole.
Wonderful. Good morning,
Hi,
Sam.
Kim.
It's such a pleasure. Where's your lipstick, darling? Let's see what.
I don't wear lipstick.
Ah,
You've taught me everything I know about it. It's so funny.
that's wonderful.
So tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Kim DePole. I'm an interior designer in New York City, and I've been creating interiors for over 20 years for residential and commercial clients. And recently, I've just pivoted my business because, everybody's had to do a lot of reinvention. So, what I've done is I've created a wonderful program called Designer on Call, where I can assist you just in whatever you need. If it's a little bit of inspiration to jumpstart, or you're kind of stuck with a decision or whatever, I thought that was a wonderful way to be of service now, especially.
Absolutely. I'm sure people would love to have a designer on call, number one. But number two, any opportunity to talk to you. You're fabulous and you have such great insight. I've seen some of your stuff, so I know a little bit more than most. But you have such a great eye for color specifically.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a great passion of mine, and especially working with artists. And then my interest in the healing aspects of color for really specific parts of your body. So that's something I'll be introducing and creating a free giveaway very soon, as in next week. So
I love that. So definitely connect with Kim at the end of this so that you can catch in on all of her fabulous initiatives that she's putting out into the world. So, can you tell our audience what inspires you most?
what inspires me most in particular is art. I spend a lot of time in museums. It was really difficult for me as a New Yorker having them closed. And I recently returned to my favorite, which is the Rubin Museum. And that's where I just have incredible inspiration for what I create and what I
I
bring.
don't think I've been to that one. What is there? What do they have for
It's
show?
it's primarily Asian art, but they're very intentional in the exhibitions. Right now, they have an exquisite show with everybody that made lotus flowers out of origami, and there's about 10,000 of them in the center of the gallery that float in this beautiful reflective bowl. And so there's always some type of engagement and education, and it's just wonderful. It's like a meditation museum is all I can describe it as. It's wonderful.
That's fabulous. That's amazing. I love that. So, do you have any favorite quotes that you want to share?
I actually have one that I keep on my desk on a teeny little easel.
That's super cute.
It's hilarious because it's actually a business card from somebody in Hawaii when I went to see my sister. And it's something I literally read every day. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens.
Wow.
Isn't that
Can you, yeah, read that one more time because it is so fabulous. I want to hear it again.
Yeah, I honestly, I think I want to engrave it on something. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens.
Beautiful.
Right?
I love that. That's beautiful. And that's super inspiring as well because, I mean, especially now, like, I feel like I've taken this extraordinary pause that we've had in the world and I've taken a lot of time to look in and see what my goals are and all of those things. But to be inspired by looking in too is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one I'm dying to share with you. I always think everybody knows this, but perhaps they don't. There's a wonderful gentleman by the name of Masuro Emoto. And what he did is he did this study of water. He literally found when you take a glass of water and you say hateful things to the water, whatever you put in the water will die. If you take that same glass of water and put healing, loving thoughts, then the flower will flourish. And it's just exquisite. And what he literally did is he did photographs of crystals of water, and it's just so powerful, the meaning of word, the power of words, and not to underestimate them in any regard. And that's why your request of me to share a quote is so powerful to me, because that's really how you change your vibration and be a more mindful, intentional, loving person. But I would love everybody to just look up this gentleman on the internet and read a little bit, because it's just an extraordinary story. I feel like a book, publisher, like promoting. The other one I have to share, and this is something I buy for everyone as a gift. It's called The Book of Awakening, and it's by Mark Nepo. And it literally is a quote every day with a teaching related to the quote.
I
And
love that.
just, exquisite. And there's that beautiful lotus again. So I just had to share that.
I love that. That's beautiful. You're just so inspiring. I'm like so antsy for everyone to know what you're up to these days, because you do have a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
So don't hold back. Tell us everything. What do you got going on?
Well, what I've got going on today, especially at noon on IGTV, Depole Design, an interview with Beatrice Doge from Montreal. Beatrice and I are going to work in tandem with developing color paintings that help with a particular part of your body. Perhaps you have a child who has a speech impediment. There's a particular color to surround your child with to help with that type of healing. So we're going to sort of dive into combining interior design and art in this combination. I'm also going to look at a restaurant tomorrow, which is super fun. That is actually a Mexican restaurant. So I'm thinking about making, tortilla art, cover the wall with tortillas, or something wild and crazy. They want something that's super, super fun. So I'm really, really thrilled about that. So, and another cafe. So it's interesting how I do residential and commercial, but my heart's desire is really to have everybody feel like their home is their heart place. And
I love that so much. I always say to my clients that home is not just a place, it's a feeling. And I also say that I don't want to be responsible for them purchasing a home just because. I want them to find something that they feel is home.
right.
And I love that. So that is fabulous. And if anyone has any questions, those of you watching, if you want to ask any questions for Kim, I'm sure she would answer them. So tell me a little bit more about the designer on call.
The designer on call is really, it's about addressing whatever you need. So what I have 3 different templates that I share with you. One is a questionnaire. So I have a little bit more information, and maybe it'll give you pause to think about areas that will help you even answer your own question as well, or articulate it better. There's also a tip on how to take photographs, because what I need to look at in a photograph is different than what you're sending me. I kind of need to see the relationships in the room. It's a little bit more specific so I can help you. And then also something about your style, like what your preferences and such. So then once we get all that, it's not all that, it's just 3 little files. Once I look at that, then we'll book a call, and then we address it, and then I'll follow up with a very detailed report email. So you can follow up, or we'll continue on another call, or bring you to the answer to the question.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I think, what have you seen as far as like clients that you've worked with? Like, what have you seen have been the biggest things that they think about that you alleviate for them?
Well, just recently, I have a client that has beautiful twin daughters, and she really didn't, they were studying on the dining room table. So I created a workstation for them, very separate, very creative, very particular. And then what was super fun is there's a fabulous company I work with. We did a custom neon light that says girl power. So to empower them to like want to go in there and study. So I love creating the solutions for, the real needs. Like, I want my child to focus. I'm tired of using my dining table as my office. What other space in my house can I carve it out? Another idea I shared with a client who has a few children is design some trays for them. Their name is on it, the USB ports on it, all of their homework, everything is on their tray. So maybe you don't have a space, but at least you create that experience of being able to focus and study. And everybody wants that kind of attention. Everybody needs that kind of physical support in their environment.
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen a lot of my clients recently who have all of a sudden had to work from home, too many people in the house. I know I'm one of them, and they've ended up trying to buy something larger because they really need more space.
Right.
And creating those opportunities of some silence between people. Now that open concept is kind of a challenge to work with. So,
Yeah, it is. It truly is. And then there's the whole aspect of how you show up on a call on Zoom. What do you look like? What's the background? Being, particular, looking professional. And then, but also the balance of family and how you live and being, who you are as well. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Yeah.
balancing act. One thing that you brought up, Sam, that's really interesting is so many clients just buy bigger, 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 and then they want to fill. And what you should do is live first and see what you need, because it's not about just going out there and furnishing all the rooms. You have to be really intentional about what the need is and the function, and then address the purchases after that.
Exactly. And I think it's also one of the things that I've learned too is when you are decorating a home to choose pieces that mean something to you.
Right.
So I lived in my husband's bachelor pad apartment for 3 years before I really moved in
Wow.
because I decorated his apartment for him, so it's not like I didn't choose the decorations. I did, but I didn't make it my own. And when I thought of, personalizing, I'm, in real estate. So we always talk about depersonalizing the space so that others can see themselves in it.
Exactly.
And here I am trying to personalize my space, and I'm like, I don't want to because I'm so confused by the mindset of depersonalization. So I ended up taking all of our trips that we took around the country and I displayed them on framed canvas, and they're beautifully placed all around my house.
Oh, I
And
love that.
it makes me, well, now in quarantine, it makes me want to travel a lot more, which kind of is a bummer, but it's so nice to see these like moments that we've had in our lives together. And it's technically not personalized because there's none of our faces anywhere. But when you look at it, it's just such a memory for us that it feels personalized.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely love that. One thing I love to do is, right away with clients, do you have family photos that you really treasure? Because what I like to do is have them made in sepia. So they look like your family history. They're like, they have an antique patina. And then that goes back to what I say about art. It doesn't matter if it's in fashion. It doesn't matter what it costs. All that matters is that it makes you smile and it brings a little joy to your heart. That's it. That's enough. That's
Exactly.
enough. And I love that. I want to see pictures of that. That sounds
I'll send them to you. Yeah, it's really nice. I have pictures of my pictures.
yeah.
We have a comment. Does Kim have a YouTube channel?
Funny you should ask that. Kim had an old YouTube channel. I was on Oprah uh, eons ago when she was in Chicago. I flew out there twice to do the show. So I have, a lot of old footage kind of stuff on there, and we're just about working on revamping it. So thank you for asking that, and I'm on it, and I'm working on creating new content and all of that good stuff. So
Stay tuned. She will have a fabulous YouTube channel. Just wait. But in the meantime, they can definitely follow you on Instagram because you do a lot on there.
Right, exactly. I'm very active on Instagram now. Yes.
So how can our individuals connect with you if they're interested?
Well, they can DM me on Instagram. They can email me at studio@depoledesign.com. There's an easy way to remember Depole. There's the North Pole, there's the South Pole, but there's only one Depole of Design. So that's my little mnemonic device to remember my name.
I love that. I love that. You've been a very close person to me in my life, and I have to like continuously remind myself not to call you Aunt Kim because that's how you are to me. And I and you're just so fabulous, and I'm so honored that you took the time to come on to Dose of Sunshine today, and I really appreciate the wisdom that you put on to all of us. So thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for putting sunshine in so many people's days. It's very important. Thank you.
And stay tuned because I think Kim and I are going to be putting together something very special.
Yeah, we are.
So check that out, coming to a screen near you.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you taking the time today. You are fabulous.
Red lipstick kiss.